Hello, everyone. This is Tian Liu, the PC co-chair of the web conference this year. Hope you have been enjoying our technical program. Today, it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Wei-Ying Ma as our keynote speaker. Wei-Ying is currently a vice president and the head of AI lab at ByteDance. His team has made many contributions to Toutiao, Douyin, TikTok, and many other super apps that people are using almost every day. Before joining ByteDance, Wei-Ying was an assistant managing director of Microsoft Research Asia, leading the research on web search and data mining. Wei-Ying and his teams have made significant contributions to the web community. He has published over 300 papers in this field, served as a program co-chair of the web conference in 2008, and he was also a steering committee member of the web conferences from 2010 to 2016. Today, Wei-Ying will talk about the AI-powered content platform in ByteDance and the innovations on top of that in advertising, e-commerce, online education, and productivity. So far, I have known Wei-Ying for almost 20 years. He is both a great leader and a great speaker. So I'm sure you will enjoy his talk. So without further ado, let's welcome Wei-Ying to give the talk. Please.
Thank you, Tian. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to give a speech at this web conference that I have been participating almost for more than 15 years. And today I would like to talk about some of my recent work after I joined this new company called ByteDance, and essentially working on a lot of technologies to empower people to create content and also disseminate content over the internet. Sorry. This is my talk outline. I'm going to talk about the history and also the recent trends of information creation and dissemination again, and kind of give everyone overview in terms of where we were before and where we are heading to. And then I will go into the second part of my talk, which is about the increasing use of AI technology in all kinds of content creation. And the technologies including computer visions, graphics, augmented realities, and also the speech technologies. And also the natural language understanding, generation, machine translation, etc. And this really lead to the opportunity to rethink the information platform we are building on to kind of enable this global dissemination and empower everyone to create their content and to share their stories, knowledges at a global scale. So let's take a look at the history of information creation and dissemination again. When I was a student back in early 1990s, there was a time when people talking about digital library, because there was really the time that we start to digitize all the information, all the book, and then turn the traditional library into a digital one. And I was very fortunate to participate in some of the early projects. And since then, we know the internet started and the personal computer really get into every home and become used widely. And during those PC internet era, and the web page and websites are the primary mechanisms to create, for people to create content and also for people to find the content. And we all know the search engine is the major interface to connect people with information. And during this period of time, most of the information are created by the really the professional, including those organizations, big organizations. So here I put OGC, PGC, of course, this is already democratized the content creation a little bit, because before internet, we know we only read books from those famous authors. We rarely have had the opportunity to really read something from individual users. So, so basically that was how everything started, and I was student at that time. And later on, I think when we entered 2011, around that period of time, and that was the starting point of mobile internet, and the web becoming more into different kind of mobile platforms, and people use smartphone as a major device, to do all kinds of things, access information. And this smartphones also release people from constraint of location, so they can on the move, they can receive information on the move. They can also create and share information on the move. And in addition to that, we also have a social networks, and this help people to disseminate information also further among the friends and people they know, they choose to follow, etc. And the app on the phone really become something more like a browser that people start to find information, read information, and browse information. And then we start to see a lot of PGC, professionally generated contents. And most recently, over the last 5 years, I would say now we further enter a new era. And this is era of AI, era of 5G, really give us a lot more network connection, really for us to bring the information further to all kinds of Internet of device, Internet of things. And now we are talking about this intelligence cloud and intelligent edge, and really a very different infrastructure compared to what we have seen over the last 20 years. And we also start to see the fusion of virtual and physical space. Things like augmented reality, virtual reality, we start to see the content really mix the virtual world with physical world. And this create all kinds of new opportunity for us. And the major trend today I'm going also to talk about is this something called UGC. Now we start to see, all this technology tool are really in the hands of regular general users. They are not that difficult to access anymore. So everybody now can have easy access to all this AI technology on their devices. And nowadays they create all kinds of information. So this is really giving us a lot of new opportunity to rethink this space. So the most say is I already briefly talked about is really this mobile internet. We see personalized recommendation is actually becoming more widely adopted. And from here you can see a little device in your hand, you can access all kinds of information, whether it's text, images, video, or question answering, or live broadcasting, or AR, VR. And on the other hand, we really mix information retrieval with social, with personalization, with more AI. So I would say this is really something that we have been dreamed of over last 2 decades. When I was working on search engine, at that time, we really want to bring social, mobile personalization into search. And but we didn't quite figure out, how to combine all these different dimensions. And nowadays, I see this is all become very, very apparent to everyone to see how these things now come together. So, so this is a personalized recommendation and search. I think many of you probably already use every day. Then you start to see the app is actually quite intelligent. They can learn from your behaviors. The more you use it, the more intelligence and more personalized the content recommended to you. And this is also the foundation of ByteDance when we released the first product called 今日头条, which means headline news, and really completely fundamentally redefine how people, receive the information every day, they care. And we start to use a lot of algorithm, not only in search, but also in recommendation. And so almost every latest algorithm advanced in AI are being used to improve the recommendation and also the search. And recently we see a lot of exciting results from deep retrieval models, because we can use a deep model to learn a lot of signals, and then it turned out we can actually further improve the search. In the old days, search typically has many tiers, right? You have, for example, you have a level 1, level 2, level 3 index, and trying to narrow down your search space. Now you can actually, all combine everything and to use a deep model to learn that end to end. So these are all very exciting new technologies. And we are also seeing like deep reinforcement learning, generated adversarial networks are being used as well. Today, I'm not going to get into the detail of this personalized recommendation and search, but this is also one of the foundation, because now we can learn the representation of the content, context, and the user using all this latest technology, and really make the result much better than like 10 years ago when the people working on search. Okay, so the latest trends, the most recent trend, I would say, is the short form videos created by general user. I just want to show you a few examples here. For example, this is a video created by our Douyin user. And as you can see here, the human pose recognition technology is available on the smartphone. So the user can easily create this kind of content to have interaction with their hand gesture and to create all kind of visual effects. And the second one, here you can see another different type of intelligent editing how you can do, simply on your phone. And this is another video that created by some of the famous singers from Taiwan. And as you can see, this is using hand gesture to control the simulation of raining. And this is another example of using, for example, face landmark detection, so that we can enable this kind of special effect. So this is just to give you a favor of the technology now are really at the hands of user. Then, as you can see, this used to belong to those big company that they produce content, but now they are really easily accessible. So some of you probably already heard about TikTok, but I still want to use this video to kind of give you a favor. Particularly from the cultural side, how the young generation, a new generation of people that are using this app to create information and share their stories.
Guys, there's a really cool app that I've been getting into lately called TikTok. Every day, we was on that block until we made a way, day to day. Man, that's the only way. They gon' know my name until it fade away. Here comes one. You broke out on that platform and became one of the most followed people.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, what's up, TikTok, man? It's Young Bud. I'm so happy to be hanging out here at Lollapalooza.
All right, all set. Let's see see if you could beat me in this rap battle.
Ha! Then you call that rapping? Don't know how to rap.
Offset, I accept your challenge. I'm going to show you how it's done.
My head to get murdered, you're predicate. I'm ahead of it, yeah. Yes, I'm a devil that don't know what in it. I'm better than dead of it, yeah. I know, no, life on earth is so unpredictable. Okay, hold up, let me say, yes, I'll fade away.
If you don't have it, download it. It's for your phone.
So this is actually quite a phenomenon, and we are also seeing this new platform being used for all kind of new old application actually, but in a new ways. And one particular new application I like a lot. This is for example the second one I just want to show you is actually there are people are quite creative. They are using this platform to teach people English. And let me show you this demo.
What would you like to order? I'd like to have a salad and filet steak. Okay. How would you like your steak? 7? I don't know what that means. I mean, how would you like your steak to be cooked? Yeah, I just said 7. Okay, 7 steaks.
This is quite a typical mistake made by
250?
Chinese.
How could a steak be that expensive? You ordered 7 steaks. No, I mean, not too bloody, not too tough. Oh, you mean you want your steak medium rare? Medium rare? Yes. That's when the steak is cooked, but not too overdone. It's still a bit rare. But in China, we say 1, 3, 5, 7, 10. 10 means all cooked. In the US, we have 5 ways to describe how you want your steak to be cooked. Rare, medium, medium well, and well done. Oh, that's almost the same. I want medium rare. Thank you. It'll be ready in about...
Yeah, so as you can see, people can learn English even, just within 2 or 3 minutes from videos. It's really unleash a lot of opportunity as well. And recently, we know this coronavirus, COVID-19, and we are also seeing TikTok being used as a live broadcasting platform, and then to really, provide all the important information to the user. And we are also seeing a lot of like e-commerce application. For example, here we see some of the video like this one created by the user on our platform to promote some of their products. And of course, you can imagine that people can directly buy the product here. So increasingly, this short form video platform is really enter all kinds of application, from advertising to learning to e-commerce to shopping, etc. So, because we are we are actually receiving a huge number of video created by users every day. So it's at the hundreds of millions of video per day. And imagine that the amount of computation and also video understanding we need to do here. And here just give you a glimpse of all kinds of video understanding tasks we need to run. And let me show you, for example, now you just saw that video. And for video like that, we actually do all kinds of analysis. We need to automatically classify and also do a lot of tagging and to understand the structure inside the video, and also run copyright infringement detection and duplicate detection, and also object detection and tracking. So based on this video, we convert this video into a structured representation. And here just give you one of the example. So based on that, I would like to move on to the second part of my talk to talk about the specific, some of the latest research work from ByteDance in terms of how we further advance the AI technology to empower people, general user, to create and share rich media. So the first part will be about computer visions and graphics. So for example, people has been working on face recognition, face detection, and landmark detection. we implement this algorithm and make it super efficient in real time, run in real time, so that we can do it on all kinds of smartphones. So we not only we need to train a machine learning, deep learning model, we also need to do model compression, quantization, and specifically leverage some of the computing power from the specialized AI chip on smartphone. And so this directly run locally on the devices. And we also do segmentation. For example, this is another example, like we segment the hair, then we can actually create special effects like that, changing the color of the hair. And of course, you know the image segmentation, and we are also seeing this then enabling all kinds of special effects based on segmentation. And the human body detection and tracking. And let me show you the first demo. So this is essentially being used to generate a dance. You know, we create a sequence of suggestions in terms of how what kind of pose we expect from the user, and they will try to follow our suggestion, and then we will create a dance based on how they actually move their body. And this is one example. So it means we are able to detect human body and human body key points in real time on devices. And the second demo is showing this can also be used to kind of beautify human body. And so this is just this is an example of how a user can use this app to make their leg longer, basically try to reshape the body according to their dream. And we are also working on like a pose detection and using this to create sound of special effects. For example, this is based on the heart, the shape of heart. Then we will create, this kind of simulation. And we are also looking to like an avatar. And here's give you this is a example that's showing people can use smartphone and to track their motion, and they can use this to drive another animation and then create a video to share online. And as you can see, this is created recently because you see the people in the video is wearing a mask. Yeah. So based on this, and so this is the end result. Not only detecting the two-dimensional hand pose or foot pose is useful, we are also interested in like a 3D pose estimation. And right now we are able to recognize about 50 different kind of hand gesture, then use this to drive user interaction with the phone to create content. And here I want to show you one demo is we do this 3D foot pose tracking. Then based on this, we can put different type of shoes, and then people can maybe do some comparison shopping, and this is directly enabled on the phone. As you can see, it's still under development, and the technology definitely still have room to improve. This is a few examples of real-time face generation and transformation. And for example, we can convert a face into a younger one, or change it to, for example, from female to male, male to female, and or turning order. So this is just a few examples.
嘿，宝贝，来了。月亮不睡，你不睡，你是秃头小宝贝，冬天不端奶茶杯，孤苦一生无人追，了不起了不起。
Yeah, and this is
嘿，宝贝，来了。月亮不睡，你不睡，你是秃头小宝贝，
the male
冬天
person
不端奶茶
behind
杯，
female
孤
is
苦一生无人追，
and
了
would
不
look
起了
similar
不起。
to the woman there.
抖音
And this is another example.
小时候真傻，居然盼着长大。想回到过去，试着让故事继续。
抖音
He is another. You may recognize some of the people here.
Which are favorite and just bring me out the door. The scars are yours, that been maybe said. As a kid, I feel it. We cold and hot. You have my heart inside.
Yeah, you probably get the idea. So this, I know this is this is based on gun technology, and we are also working on augmented reality. And the idea is we want to enable people to create content in the physical world and be able to align the 3D content they create and overlay those content with some of the physical objects such as landmarks or building. And so for example, here you can see this is one of the results. So this is one of the landmarks in Beijing city. So this probably, this is. So in order to do that, we have to actually use a lot of picture we collect from a given landmark, for example, and to build these 3D models. And this 3D model need to be downloaded to the user's device. And then once we detect the user is actually at that given location, and then we also track which angle they are and be able to overlay this special effect directly in their phone. And this is another example. This is in Xi'an. Give me, this is another one. This is in Shanghai. We are adding more new landmarks. Right now, I think it's available around like 10 landmarks in China. And of course, we also want to do this indoor. To do this indoor means we need to be able to build the 3D model of object, and using some of the slant technology to create this kind of effect. And as you can see, the first demo is we create Earth, and then it's a demo inside a room, but we can actually show how users are using TikTok worldwide. And this is another AR on product. And you can imagine this is being used for advertisement. Here is another one. Okay, now I want to move on to the second part. Is about the use of speech recognition audio understanding and the audio synthesis and also musical AI to create content. And this is a set of key technologies, and we are building up. Let me directly show you a demo. And as you know, nowadays people actually enjoy caption in the video when they watch the video. The question is, can we directly run automatic speech recognition and then turn that into a video caption and do it at a very large scale? And here I want to show you one of the example. Let me directly go to. This is a tool, an editing tool user can use to perform this task. Let me directly go.
换个地方去省钱。跟穷游比起来，我更喜欢富有。前几天为了购物，我去了趟日本，没做任何攻略，说走就走，飞到大阪，穿过人流，享受黑门市场的美食。傍晚在天守阁俯瞰整个城市。第二天买了快速通道，像孩子一样在环球影城里尽情的玩耍。第三天在京都体验和服，逛清水寺，品尝怀石料理。最后一天在东京银座尽情的购物。在全世界打车最贵的地方全程坐出租。我把用来做攻略、考虑如何省钱的时间、精力甚至体力都用在了赚钱上。我宁可为了更多选择去努力，也不想因为没钱。
So I think you get the idea. Okay. So this is probably a better demo than to show you the detail how we do it. And
Hello, 我是 Hebe 田馥甄。抖音美好奇妙夜10月19号晚上8点，我在浙江卫视等你。
As you can see, we can detect, whether or not it's a speech or silence or music and what kind of event, audio event it is, and also do this recognition, and then people can further do editing if there's some minor mistake in the recognition. And this tool is being provided to our users and also directly available on the smartphones as well. Here is another one, and of course sometimes it's not speech, it's a song, and what about recognizing the lyrics? And here is also a demo. For example, let me directly show you the result.
我曾将青春翻涌成她，也曾指尖踏出盛夏，心之所动，且就随缘去吧。
So the key is really do this automatically, And the audio synthesis is also another technology we use to enable many different type of scenarios. And I would like to show you a few examples. And text-to-speech synthesis is very, very useful in creating a reading book. And here is also one of the demo. Let me show you directly.
入进化时 ，Photoshop 从入门到精通 ，UI 必修课，设计中的设计，设计的觉醒，如何控制自己的情绪、情商，孙子兵法，精神验证教学，我在。
Okay. And music understanding is also being used, to help us to create interesting application. And so here is just a few key areas we are working on. And let me directly show you some of the work. So the music tagging is very important because when we do personalized recommendation and we want to be able to create a very rich tag, and then this will help us to personalize recommendation. And in addition to that, we are also analyze the music. For example, we can automatically track the beat in the music and use that signal to synchronize the visual part. And the first demo, you will see the transition of video will be aligned exactly with the beat track. And this will create a much, much nicer user experience. And this is done automatically.
制作酷酷的卡点视频吗？抖音教你一键就会。点开拍摄，选择。
Yeah, sorry. So this is basically just one button. Make it so easy everyone can use. And the second demo is we create effect, the music analysis. And so as a next step, we really want to further move this music generation to the next level. And we know today is quite easy to create for anyone to create a video, but it's still quite challenges for general users, people like me, to create music. For people without music knowledge, it's almost impossible. So then we asked this question: can we actually create a simple app that anyone can use to create a personalized song or music, and they can use to combine with their video? For example, this video is first created by a user, and then the music is actually automatically generated to go with the video content. Let me show you. This music is not created by humans, it's created by algorithm, and it goes well with the video content. And how do we do it? And so basically, we have this kind of technology to allow user to first provide some of the input. This is core and reason, and then let me show you. So it's a view button, and you click on, and then it will give us sound signal. And based on that, we will use a recurrent neural network kind of technology to compose music. First, compose the music, and then render the music and into something similar to like a background music. So this is the BGM generated based on the previous interaction. And then you can add your song, you can record your own singing, and then this is the end result after we mix these two together. Yeah, this is still being developed, and but you see the idea. We really want to actually continue to lower down the technology barrier, so that so the goal is to let everyone be a music creator. And here's a view example. You can get a flavor of what music we can automatically generate for different videos. Here is another one. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this music, which are completely automatically created by AI. So in addition to single modalities, and we are also looking to how all these different type of technology, AI technology, can be combined and to use. And let me show you a few examples. And the first example is the combination of speech recognition and machine translation plus personalized TTS. Personalized TTS here is based on a small amount of data. For example, we can you can actually give the algorithm about 10 minutes of your voice data, and then we can use that data to create a personalized TTS, and then we can also create a different language. For example, for me, and use my voice from Chinese and to create a TTS for English or for Japanese, and basically this is the demo, which is a speech interview I was given, but you can see we convert this into different languages.
其中呢，我觉得一个非常重要的就是软件产业其实在吃全世界。One of the most important things I think is that the software industry is actually swallowing the world. 非常に重要なのは IT 産業が確実に従来の産業を侵食していることです。
So as you can see, this technology can really, further democratize the content, across different countries, language barrier, and definitely I think once this technology easily accessible for everyone, and we are going to see many exciting new applications as well. And this is another one that we combine video understanding with text generation. And basically, we analyze the sports video and trying to understand the events and also object inside the video, and later on create news articles. And then we can almost share online in real time. And let me show you the demo. Sorry, this is in Chinese, but once you see the video, I think you can understand. Yeah, this is a soccer game. I believe it's probably 2 years ago. It's between Japan and Denmark. And now we detect an event. And also we can track the player, and also based on their number, we know who they are. So we can get some of the profile about them from the web and use that information to create the content, the text. And we can also track, the ball and also where the players are on stage. Yeah, then we can select the highlight, from the event, and then put it into the articles automatically. So after the game, then we summarize, the result, and then the articles are ready to be published on our platform. And then we also use machine translation to convert the article into different languages. And for example, you can see it's being translated into Japanese and Portuguese. Okay, so this is based on all the example I have shown you, and so this is indicate that we have an opportunity to rethink this information platform. Over last 2 decades, I think people working on search engine as a way to connect people with information. And the goal is to really organize the information. But I think the new opportunity in this given new era is we can actually further move ahead into information creation and also further down into information consumption. So all this AI technology not only can be used to process, analyze, or data mine, understand this content to organize the information and to do a better job to connect both sides. But increasingly, we see this opportunity to bring AI to empower people, right, to create content, as I have shown you in the talk. So overall, I feel this is really machine writing. We can use a lot of data we learn from the user in terms of how they create content and to really make the machine smarter and in the future in terms of how they assist people in creating all kinds of rich media. And on the other side, AI can also further be used to assist people in information interaction and consumption. So I think we really have this opportunity to leverage a huge amount of big data, particularly video nowadays, and in the visual, also music, all kinds of multimedia content. And so based on the data and also application scenario we have, and then we can really try to close this feedback loop with a very large active user base and to continue advance the AI technology underneath, including infrastructure, platforms, and services. So I personally believe this is really a new opportunity if we compare to like Web 1.0, 2.0, or today maybe it's 3.0. I don't really know how we categorize it yet. But I feel this is a new opportunity to look at the problem space with a new angle, and also we'll see a lot of new exciting opportunity to do a lot of new innovations. Okay, so this I would like to summarize, my talk, and so I really believe the current trends are leading us, to this new world, and our goal is to empower everyone, equally, to produce high quality content, not only in video, but also increasingly in things like music, augmented reality, or more. And so people can use this new technology to share their information, knowledges, share, and also stories with a very large global audience. I think this is a tremendous opportunity in front of us. And also because of this opportunity, I feel this is also opportunity to build a new AI-powered information platform. And the innovation we are going to do on top of this platform will not only limit it to the demos I show you, and people might think, oh, today there are a lot of applications about entertainment, social medias, or advertising or e-commerce. But I believe this technology will also have big opportunity to fundamentally redefine online education and also productivity. And so basically, I feel this is also exciting time for all of us in web community because we have gone a long way. And I hope this information, the talk, will help you to think about what might be very interesting, what might be interesting opportunity to work on in the future. I will stop my talk here. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Wei-Ying, for the wonderful talk. I'm sure people are very much inspired. I have seen quite a few questions being submitted. And also, if you have more questions, please just submit. So let me first ask Wei-Ying some of these questions on their behalf. So Wei-Ying, in your talk, you mentioned the face generation and the personalized speech synthesis. Actually, there have been quite a few fake audio and fake video on the internet already. How to deal with such fake content to ensure that the users can be provided with trustworthy content and a secure web? So this is the question.
Yeah, this is a very good question. And with the power of AI technology at the hand of every user. And of course, this is good, means everyone can actually use this tremendous technology to create information and immediately share the information at a very large scale. But the challenge is how we ensure the information is real and is truth. And this misinformation or fake news are increasingly a big problem for all the major information platform on the internet today. So we are actually also working on many technology to detect fake content, fake news, and for example, in the video. And today, actually, we are also looking to this AI security, means trying to actually use adversarial machine learning to continuously enhance our algorithm. And these are all very important areas to work on. And I think that this is also quite an active research areas, and there has been a lot of people, devote their time and their ideas and to tackle this issue. In addition to technology, I would say the other part is this kind of tech regulation, tech policies, and also AI ethics are going to be very important, to go with these technologies in order to create this balance and to make sure that we use technology for good.
Okay, thank you, Wei-Ying, for the answer. And the next question is, so for a content platform like TikTok or Douyin, I guess the human content creators are the core asset of the platform. But you talk about a lot of AI automation in your talk. For example, AI can do many things by themselves, generate text, generate music, and even generate video. So this kind of AI content creator, how can they work together, live together with human content creator? And this is a kind of threat to the human content creator. How to better incentivize human creators to make the platform even better in the future?
Yeah, actually, I think it's completely the opposite. In the past, this technology only available to very few big organizations or the people, who has the wealth to create a company to produce content. Nowadays, I think this is increasingly, becoming available. I would say this is a level the playing field. So more people are be able to use these technologies. And so in general, I feel this really unlock the opportunities. And of course, in the past, people would use a lot of labor. I think it will cost a lot more effort and also money and time to create content. And I would say nowadays, this is actually being changed. And the barriers is a lot lower nowadays. And so I think this will help people to unleash their creativity, use this technology, to really, share their ideas and let their voice heard. And also we are seeing, for example, even people living in like a small town, they can actually create some of the very compelling content to help the business of the small town to sell a lot of goods, and instead of letting other, I think this is actually, we see this is being used in a very creative way. So I personally feel it's actually more the opposite side, and upside. We have more opportunity to leverage these new technologies.
Yes, Wei-Ying, thank you very, very much for the answer. I also believe the proper use of the AI technology can empower people to create more and achieve more. That is a kind of a human plus HI plus AI concept. And the next question is about the copyright management of those content created by the users on the platform. So in your talk, you show some video. There are musics and many other video clips when people compose new content. But how can we as a platform to ensure that there is no misuse of the copyright of those original contents. So is there any technology to do that in ByteDance or similar platform?
Yes, in our platform, actually, one of the main problems that we have been working on, and also the area we are working on, is to do this very large scale deduplication of image, video, and music, and this is actually quite challenging. This is essentially equivalent to similarity-based search, right? And the people are not going to just copy the content; they are going to do some smart editing, and to actually make the content that they copy from someone else or take from someone else look slightly different or hear slightly different. So it's not going to be identical. So we need to actually use many different technology to detect they are actually near duplicate or similar content, and then and also do it at this scale. You know, it's actually not a trivial issue, and you can almost compare this problem to a large scale similarity search, near duplicate detection. Although it's a near duplicate detection, but essentially it's equivalent. Yeah, so we are actually spending a lot of resource, to work on this issue, and we treat this issue very important, and because this is something we need to address as a platform. So what I can say is this is an important problem, and we put a lot of effort into this area. And so far, I feel we have been doing quite well, and because it's not easy, to if you just simply copy other people's content and put it on our platform, then we will detect it. And yeah, but of course, this is also a continuous competition, right? It's almost like adversarial machine learning. This problem will not end, and we will definitely continue to work on it.
Okay, thank you, Wei-Ying. And due to time restriction, we may not be able to take too many questions, and probably this is the last one. And in the new apps like Toutiao or TikTok, recommendation may be the major way that the platform interact with the users. But previously, many years ago, search is a major function that people consume information. So there's a paradigm shift from search to recommendation. Also, in this year's web conference, we also see recommendation is a very hot topic. So the question is, Wei-Ying, do you have any comments on the technical trends regarding, for example, from search to recommendation, and also what's the next big wave of technology in the future?
Yeah, actually, this is a very good question. Given that I've been working on both search and recommendation, actually, I see these two are converging. I feel one can help the other. It's not something like we no longer need search. We just need recommendation. No, it's not. People still have active information need. Whenever they want to directly tell us what information they want to find, is actually very good signal, a strong signal to help us to decide what content to provide to the user. And recommendation is more passive way, right? You just continuously observe the user's behavior and try to predict what he might need. And I think both has values, and both are useful in different type of scenarios. And both can actually enhance each other. For example, once we learn how to better recommend to you, and we can also use this signal to personalize search result, the ranking. So now everyone see different search result. So this is also a dream, right? Remember, almost 10 years ago, we really want to create a personalized search. And now, but at that time, we only have very few signals based on query loss, based on the former queries from the user. And these are very limited. But now we have a lot more information and signals from the user to decide how we can personalize the ranking. And so I see these two are actually helping each other, and we now have much richer ground, to look at the problem together. So I see these two are actually converging and helping each other.
Okay, thank you very much, Wei-Ying, for your insightful sharing. And I would like to express our sincere thanks to you on behalf of the organization committee. Once again, thank you very much, Wei-Ying.
Thank you, Tian, and thank you all.
And next, we will have a short break. The technical sessions will start at 10:30. And thank you all, and see you soon. Thank you.